Hey everyone, today I'm going to do a review on the Yuxin 5x5. Now this is a little bit different from most of my reviews. Um, so I'm doing voice commentary in the background while I do an average of 5 on the Yuxin 5x5, as you can see. So I bought this cube from the cubicle.us for $17, and that's a reasonable price considering that the Bochuang is $20 on the cubicle.us. So it's $3 cheaper, but is it worth getting it? Is the Botron worth getting? Well, I'm not too sure on that part since I don't have it, but I can tell you for right now, at the start of this review, that the Yuxin is plenty of worth it getting. I know that didn't make sense. So the size of this puzzle is around 63 millimeters. You know, your normal, your standard size, 5x5. If it's a millimeter bigger or smaller than the normal ones, I'm not too sure. It feels normal to me. I really didn't have a problem with the size at all, in my opinion. So, yeah, I really didn't have that much of a problem. So, the turning of this puzzle is buttery smooth. It's extremely smooth. I just love the way this puzzle feels. It's like amazing. It feels like an overlooped Yuxin 4x4. I remember when I was trying to make the cube good, when I didn't like it at first, I tried to overlube it and do it the lube it Chris Olsen's way, and that really turned out really well. And I did the exact same thing for this 5x5, and it turned out amazing, exactly the same way. And it made me do 5x5 more, which I really don't like 5x5, so that tells you something. The outer layers are extremely fluid. It feels basically like the 3x3. It flows extremely well. You can do algorithms basically the same speed as a 3x3, which what makes it so good. The Outrong and the Shengxiao, they did have really good turning and for the 3x3 layers, and so did the Huachuang, but I personally did not turn very well on those, and I could not turn the maximum speed I possibly could on any of those. The Yuxin, however, though, it really captures my turning style and my turning speed and makes it so I can take advantage of the TPS that I have. Um, the inner layers are very good as well, but they're not as good as I want them to be. They tend to lock up just a tiny bit, but it does feel really good, but I really would like the inner layers to be a little bit better. And I'll get into that more. Corner cutting on this cube is actually pretty ridiculous for a 5x5 in my opinion. When I first got it, the outer layers could cut around almost 2 cubies for some reason. I don't know if that's just mine, but mine cut like 2 cubies, which was insane. It's around a cubie and a half to 2 cubies. So now that I've loosened it a little bit, since I like it this way a little bit more, it's only been able to cut around 1.5 cubies or 1.5 cubies, which is still not bad. It's actually still really good, so I'm fine with that trade-off for more speed and the feel that I like on that cube. And the inner layer cutting isn't really too good. I think in a few of these solves I have that weird nasty 5x5 lockup that everyone knows about. It only cuts around 2/3 of a cubie, and even past that, or even sometimes half a cubie, it tends to lock up and have that 5x5 nasty lockup. Now that may be due to my tension since I loosened them, and I didn't loosen them that much, but it may be due to my tensions. I'm not too sure. Maybe if I tightened it, it would be better, but I like the way it feels right now, so I don't want to really mess with the tensions, per se. So, pops and lockups, there have been a few pops when I was messing around with the tensions. I've had a couple of the corner centerpieces and some of the, was it the center edge pieces come out. I haven't had any of the winged edges come out, so I think that's a pretty good start already. It usually doesn't pop. It pops around one in 50 solves. I could say even more than that, honestly, maybe even 75. When I was breaking this in a lot. Note, I'm not really that fast at 5x5, so it's really hard for me to judge exactly like the full potential of this cube. Maybe my turning style is not exactly good for 5x5, but this is what I've experienced on this cube. So most of the catching I experienced were not really on the outer layers; they were really on the inner layer. I always got that 5x5 lockup due to me doing either the centers or mostly when I did centers or edges. I really didn't have it when I was on the 3x3 stage. Um, I usually happen on centers or early edges when I'm really spamming fast on trying to find edges. So that's one thing I really noticed. But once I tightened them up, they kind of went away, but um, they're still a little bit there. I did loosen the cube, as I said before, but I also forgot to say that I tightened it up just a tiny bit. Um, so that's something I did to the cube. One thing I noticed though that really bugs me, and I don't know why it happens. Maybe it's just my cube, but the center caps really seem to pop off when I turn the cube. Let's say the U layer really fast, or even when I'm doing a solve. Sometimes the center caps seem to lift up when I'm turning it, and eventually just pops out. Um, I have lost the center cap once. I luckily I found it, but I don't. I think that's something that's something worth noting, that the center caps do pop off. So you may want to use a little bit of like a tiny drop of super glue just to make sure they don't pop out every solve. They do pop out pretty easily though. So stickers on this cube, as you can see, they look pretty much like the Moyu shades. They fit to they're basically fitted stickers, and they're really nice quality. I haven't had any chipping or peeling on them. One thing is that the center stickers are they look a little smaller than the rest of them for some reason, but maybe that's just how the stickers are. But overall, I'd have no complaint over the stickers. So the overall performance of this cube, well, I have to say I really like this cube. It's honestly an excellent cube. This is the 5x5, in my opinion, I've been waiting for. I don't think the Altron delivered that at all, or the Huachuang, which I have tried. I didn't like it still. And the Shengxiao was a good cube. I thought that was the best 5x5 that was ever going to be out, and then this Yuxin 5x5 came out, and I was extremely shocked on how good a 5x5 could be, so I immediately switched over. So yes, this is my new main 5x5. I think this is a lot of people's new main. Uh, I've heard a lot of things about the Buttery, but I haven't gotten it, so I don't know what I'm gonna say. But if you have a Yuxin already, if you already have a Yuxin and you're watching this review, I don't think you would need to get a Buttery just for future. The Yuxin is I think just as good as the Buttery, even though I haven't tried it. If the cube's already good, then you shouldn't have to buy another one just because it's the newest one out. That's just how I feel. Um, I highly would recommend this to pretty much anyone. This cube is just amazing, as I said. It's definitely my new main, and I doubt I'll even get the Botron, honestly, to replace it. I don't even think it would replace it. Although I could be wrong. I'm not exactly perfect. I had said one thing and then turned my back on the other. So yeah. Overall, I really like this cube. It's my new main, and it's just an amazing cube. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this different type of style review. It's a little different, and I'm just trying to get used to it. So if you heard some little sniffing in the background, that's me because of spring allergy seasons. I really can't control that. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and enjoy the rest of this video.